Yeah, it was very quickly.
It's not too soon. 2 minutes.
Great. Yeah. Brilliant.
You been here before?
No, but I think it's upstairs.
How do you hear about it?
Oh, sure, right. The echo, where it is.
What can you do? I mean, something. Just like there again, you know, what can you do? Okay, now we should be okay. Are you ready to start? I think we should be starting soon. Alex, haven't you something better to be doing? Now, if you remember, when we have new people coming in, that we give them their first time to talk about what they want to talk about and get off their chest. And we have 3 new members tonight, can you believe it? But because we have a new female member, we'll let her go first. Ladies first. This is Missy. So Missy, now you just tell us what you want to say. Talk about yourself.
Hello. My name is Missy. This is my first meeting, and I'm not really sure why I'm here. People say I'm a talkaholic, but I don't think it's my fault. I have 6 brothers and sisters, 3 older, 3 younger. I got caught in the middle, and they always seem to be talking or laughing or yelling, but basically I was lost in the mob. No, sometimes I couldn't get a word in edgeways. They always called me missing. My mother said I was a late talker, but I think she just couldn't hear me. The others would just talk over me, and I'd be dizzy trying to follow the conversation. The only time anyone ever heard me say something at home was when I gave out about there being so many of us in one space. How could anybody breathe? I mean, I came home one time, and there was no place at the table for me for dinner, because Mammy had forgotten me. How'd you forget your own child? Mammy says, oh, she was entitled to forget a little thing every now and then. I mean, yeah, but your child, whose idea was it to have all of us, not mine? Mammy asked me, who should she give back? I couldn't exactly answer with them all staring at me, could I? Mammy goes, every one of you is a gift from God, and you can't refuse his gifts. I would have refused at least 3, but nobody asked me. It's not like he was so open-handed with his other gifts. Not talking to me for much of a social life either, since half the time I was afraid to open my mouth in case the wrong thing popped out, and no one really talked to me much anyway, though when I was in college, finally some of the nerdy guys started talking to me, not because I was suddenly so attractive, but because I got tits. I mean, once they arrived, at least I got some notice. What I couldn't figure out was after years of everyone telling me to speak up for myself, when I finally started talking, they kept telling me to shut up. So I decided, no matter what anyone said, I'd just keep talking until they had to listen to me. That's so awful. But it's making things really awkward at home, so I thought maybe if I could get a job where I could talk, it would give me outlet. Is that what they call it? Outlet. And I could learn to release like all the torrents of words that I was storing up, and people would listen when I talked instead of me talking them deaf, but only seemed to get worse. Sometimes I didn't realise I was still talking. I got so depressed I didn't know what to do. But then I found this job at a phone company, which was great because I couldn't find any other jobs to take me with all my talking, no matter how hard I tried. But anyway, I got this job at this company that handled tarot card readings and phone sex. It sounds like an odd combination, but really they were just all in the same building, and each part was in a separate room because you couldn't have the sounds of wild sex going on in the background. People were asking if they'd ever find love or win the lottery or get married or whatever problems they had. You wouldn't believe the amount of people ringing up looking for help with their money worries when they'd have had themselves if they weren't calling at 2 quid a minute looking for the answer. Supervisor said my call times were fab, but people hated my readings because I went into so much detail. They got bored or scared, so they switched me over to soft porn. There was soft porn and hard porn, and the hard porn was in a closed room behind us because if anyone heard any of that stuff over the lines we were on, then technically we could all have been arrested. Soft form is easy enough, but God, was it boring? What do you guys get out of it? Okay, like, I know what they get out of it, but sometimes you think their hand would fall off. I mean, there's only so many times you can go on about how you're just out of the tub and smoothing baby oil all over your body, and your favourite hobby is riding, and you ride anything, buy a course, you name it, I'll ride it, and you loved leather but were allergic to wearing knickers. Some of the lads didn't seem to want the sex talk, they just seemed to want to talk and be listened to, and I knew what that felt like, so I'd let them talk for as long as they wanted. Some of them were so sweet and gentle, and it was such release, and it was so good for me, and I knew it was good for them. But then the supervisors got on my back about who was the other ones we made our money out of, and if I wanted to make my money, I better keep them happy, and I tried, really I did, but sometimes it was so distracting I couldn't focus. Like, there was this guy Lewis. He was gay, which was fine, but God, he was such a bitch sometimes. I think he was the one ratting on me when I talked to the sweet guys. Anyway, Lewis would pretend that he was this woman called Gloria, who had this pet cat called Pussy, and he'd go on and on about Pussy and her little bells, and how she loved being petted and fed, and who would pet her little pussy and tinkle her little bells, and after a few weeks I wanted to pet Lewis and his pussy with an axe. We sat at these little desks with these little dividers between, so we had a space for our stuff, so after a few weeks you could read a book and balance your checkbook and babble your spiel all at the same time, which was almost worse than not talking because it was even less real than before, and sometimes it was so surreal, like the nights Carmen worked the desk behind me. She'd sit there knitting sweaters for her kids and grandkids or doing her nails. Then she'd make this noise that sounded like she was sucking her thumb, only loud, really loud, and slurpy. It was so disgusting, I eventually had to turn around and ask her what the hell was going on, because even I couldn't talk with that going on behind me, and she said the noise was for the medium porn. I didn't know there was medium porn, I thought it was either hard or soft, but I suppose when you think about it, there's a point when it's not soft or hard, so I suppose medium's as good a word as any. But anyway, there I was stuck between Carmen and her sucking, and Gloria and her pussy. Everyone started buying Carmen bags of lollipops because all the sucking was making the skin on her thumbs go flaky, but after she gained 5 pounds, she wouldn't use them anymore, and God, was she cranky banging the phone down at the end of the calls and going on about how she's going to have to spend a fortune to get an orthodontist to fix her up because these fucking bastards were giving her fucking buck teeth. But with the bonus she was getting from her call time, she couldn't afford to stop, so what are you going to do? It's not like I wasn't sympathetic, but I was starting to feel like I was back at home and all the words I couldn't say were just boiling up inside. I just wanted to talk. Was that so much to ask? And last week, oh my God, last week it was so quiet. It was because the fucking angels dancing on the heads of the pins shopping, and I couldn't take it anymore. With Louis and his pussy and that bitch is allergic to cats. What the fuck was he on about? Gloria and Carmen and her sucking. If she sucked any harder, she from a black hole in the universe. And I just stood up and I said, shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! So anyway, my name is Missy and I'm a talkaholic.
Is it my turn to
Well,
talk
that was
now?
really very
Second?
interesting. Don't you worry about that. It's wonderful saying you're saying that. And you'll be able to go down together. Don't you worry about that. But really, thank you, Missy, for sharing. It's really wonderful that you're able to do that. I mean, it's just the type of thing we have here. Yes, we'll get to it. Does it matter which of you goes first? Really, does it matter? Because maybe you can go first, Patrick.
I thought we could talk.